So, hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for season number 2 of the Wolves career mode here on FIFA 19. I don't know if some of you guys were thinking I wasn't going to do a second season. Well, shock horror, I am indeed going to be doing that. Much love for the support on the season 1 finale. It was a close run thing. If you saw that episode, you'll know we just missed out on the Champions League on goal difference instead of Chelsea, who just about squeak into the top 4. In the last episode, I took you through a lot of the stats and a lot of like the top goal scorers and all that in the team, but I will just go through in a tiny bit more detail before we start today's episode. As you can see, appearances-wise, Rubio Patrizio is the man at the top of that, though we're not counting pre-season friendlies. He played 5 games in pre-season, so they're taken away. He's actually played 45. Goals-wise, obviously no surprise, in season 1 that was topped off by Josef Martinez. A total of 34 and 25 in 36 Premier League appearances is actually outrageous, but Neves scored 17 as well. And then finally, assists-wise, no surprise to see that man there again. Ruben Neves at the top of that one, though, joint with João Moutinho. There will also be a link down in the description to a Google document, and that will have all of the stats for this series. So for those wanting to keep up with how the records and accolades and stuff are looking across the course of this series, that'll be down there for you. Anyway, enough about stats. Well, maybe one more. The player of the episode from last time was Josef Martinez. Scored like 4 goals in the league, I think, in that episode, so he rightfully gets 3 points again in the player of the episode poll. Ruben Neves grabbed himself 2, which means Martinez is now on 18 points and Neves is on 17. In third place in that poll was Jadon Sancho as he works his way up towards his first potential boost. Just before we jump into season 2, we're going to promote another batch of Youth Academy players, the first of which is this guy here, Patrick Bennett, 60 rated right back, potential of 86 to 94. Get in the team, my son. Jordan Jackson from England is yet another one getting promoted. The attacking midfielder is 16 now. He's 57 rated and has a potential of 81 to 94. Kelvin Lawal is 18 already. I wouldn't want to actually promote him usually because he's not been in the actual academy for very long, but the Nigerian is 66 rated already. Hugo Anibal has been in our youth academy for a very long time. He's getting promoted as well. 78 to 84 isn't as good a potential, but again, it's all depth. And then finally, another Portuguese player, Bernardo Lobo, the defensive midfielder. He is 80 to 88 in potential and 51 rated right now. Just had word that one youth academy player wants to leave, so one final addition to the squad is Alvaro Estevez, who's got a potential of 79 to 93. Also, just quickly taking a look at the other tournaments, Manchester City won the FA Cup. They beat Arsenal 2-1 in the final. We all know the result in the Carabao Cup. That incredible penalty shootout saw us victors over Manchester United. The UEFA Super Cup was won by Atletico Madrid at the start of the season, but Real Madrid got revenge on them in the Champions League final, winning on penalties against their City rivals. And meanwhile, over in the Europa League, it was AC Milan who won 2-1 against Bayer Leverkusen in the final. Alright, season 2 is officially here, and we're jumping into invites for pre-season, and these are some very odd there's a big difference between the one on the left and the 2 on the right. I'm obviously going to go for the one on the left because the prize money is a lot higher, but usually the prize money is pretty interchangeable, whereas the one on the left is worth 2.4 more than any of the others, so we'll go for that one over in Germany. Quick update as far as like pre-contracts and that are concerned. Paul Gladon's left to go somewhere I don't know. Courtney House has gone out on loan to Brazil for some reason. We've got Munir coming in on a pre-contract agreement from Barca, Andreas Pereira coming in on a pre-contract from Manchester United, and a player loan has expired for Jovane Cabral. Also worth noting, Johnny Otto, Raul Jimenez, and Leander Dendoncker have also gone back now too. Oh, goodness gracious me, boys. Look at this transfer budget increase. I knew it was going to be dutty just from the fact that we had 93 as a manager rating, but £141.7 million. The first thing we're going to do, though, is bring in one of the players that went away on loan. Johnny Otto has gone back to Atletico Madrid, so we're just going to go ahead and try and buy him, to be honest with you. So we're meeting up with Diego Simeone. He performed really well last year to Johnny Otto at left back. He was a little bit shaky at first, but did really acclimatise to the Premier League, and I just want to have him again. The 80 rated 25-year-old has a current value of 13.5, but apparently we're going to have to offer at least 16 million if we want the Spaniard. So we're going to go ahead and put that straight on the table and see what Simeone says. Diego Simeone is fine with that. 16 million pounds on the table for Johnny Otto. Hopefully will be becoming our new permanent left back after his loan spell last year. You know the drill about Johnny Otto. You know what he looks like. We're not going to go into negotiations. It's not a very dramatic signing because we had him last season on loan. So I'm going to delegate this one, save some money in terms of bonuses. We'll go in for a weekly wage of 52k, I reckon. Alright, so we put some players up for sale. I hope you guys aren't offended by the people that I've chosen, but John Ruddy is going. He's put in a transfer request. The board are only going to ask me to sell him anyway, so I might as well just put him up for sale now. now. Leo Bonatini as well is going to be sold. He hasn't been used at all in this series. Harry Burgoyne has just come back from loan. He's going. Ben Stevenson's barely been used as a youngster. He's going. Rafa Mer's just come back from loan. We're selling him as well. We've got a lot of striker options, and Sherwin Seedorf as well. So just in the numbers, nothing really major. But one thing I should address in this series, because it always finds itself in the comments section, I can't make Rui Patricio number 1. That number is retired by Wolves because of Carl Ikemi, who was struggling with cancer. They decided to retire that in honour of him, basically, so I can't make Patricio number 1. He will stay as number 11. First game of pre-season has arrived. We've been a little bit conservative with some of the players that we play. No Martinez, no Munir. We took the lead very early on there against Real Sociedad, and we managed to hold on to it as well. Jota and Moutinho with the goals as we win 2-0. Game 2, we're playing Werder Bremen this time in a second group stage match. They won 2-0 against Köln in the first game. Quite changed again. The likes of Costa and Sancho, Samaseku are back in the side. Same for Doherty. Still no Martinez. He's away on international duty with Venezuela. And we draw 1-1 in that one. Goals from Sancho and Eggestein. You're going to have to bear with me on Johnny Otto. Noob error. I forgot that you had to physically press accept when your assistant manager delegated something for you. I'm not going to lie. I really don't know why that's a feature anyway. Like, why? This is the all-important third game of the group stages then at home. Well, it's at home. It's not at home. It's against another German side in Köln. And we grab a 2-0 victory. Goals from Costa and Munir secure our passage into the knockout stages. Semi-final time now in pre-season. We're facing Torino for a chance to win our first piece of silverware of the season, or at least get to a point where we can do that. Haven't got off to the greatest starts though. Funes Mori gives Torino the lead, but we do come back from behind and win 2-1 thanks to goals from Renato Sanchez and Diari Samaseku. Now, we pretty much nailed on established that we need a couple of defenders in this transfer window, just purely by the fact we were literally the third worst defensive side in the league. With a better defense, we genuinely could have got in a Champions League, and we know that for sure. We need the definitive solid centre-back, and I know who that is. It's the man on the screen, Harry Maguire. I've seen him in the comment section loads. I think he was the top comment. Loads of people suggesting him. There's plenty more players to choose from, and we will go in for some of those guys because we will be signing a second centre-back in this window. So don't worry, you guys will get the chance to vote for another centre-back to bring in the next episode. It will be next episode. We won't sign a second centre-back until next time. So we're meeting with Claude Puel as we look to make our first signing of this transfer window. It was meant to be Johnny Otto, but then for some reason we just didn't end up signing him, so we'll do that in a second. But Harry Maguire could end up being our first signing. Now, his value is 22 mil. Our CEO reckons we'll have to pay between 28.5 and 41 million. So I know going in with 22 is probably going to make Claude Puel jump out of the room, and I don't want that to happen. I want to bring this guy in for sure. 28.5 million pounds. It's the lower boundary. He wants 38.9 million pounds. We're going to counter almost 40 mil. I'd be tempted to just go ahead and accept it because we'll still have 100 million plus in the bank, but we're going to counter for 34, and Claude now wants 37.7. All right, cool. We'll accept that one. Harry Maguire then, 37.7 million pounds as a bid has been agreed between the two clubs. I am going to negotiate on this one. I know it's obviously going to lose us some money, but for the pure sake of entertainment of this video, I'm going to go ahead and do it. We won't do it for Johnny Otto because he's not as an exciting signing. So he wants a crucial squad role. Unsurprising, he is going to be by far the best centre-back in the side by +5 rating over Willy Bolly, so we'll accept that one. He wants a release clause of 58.3 million pounds. So Maguire's agent is happy to move forward without setting a release clause, but it might mean that his wages are a little bit higher. That's actually a wage decrease compared to what he's on, so I'm happy to counter that, remove his bonus, and then put his wages back up to what they should be, which is 78k. And Maguire is happy with that. It's not quite what he wanted, but he is okay with that, and hence the Englishman becomes our first signing of this transfer window. Harry Maguire is now a Wolves player, and I feel like that might split a little bit of opinion, to be honest with you. It looks very odd, doesn't it? It looks very, very interesting, but it was suggested in the comment section so much that I just couldn't ignore it. Harry Maguire then is now a Wolves player. I'll show you his attributes. As you can see, 83 rated, very good player, very good strength, 89. His speed isn't great, but his presence and his actual positioning should make up for that one. As you can see, defensive stats very solid, as well as 87 heading accuracy. He's going to be very, very good in the air. Now, though, after signing Harry Maguire, it is time to jump back into pre-season for the final of the European International Cup. It's a pretty strong side. Maguire's making his debut, the new number 6. Vinagra's still in because Johnny Otto hasn't signed yet. We'll watch this one rather than skipping it and see how it turns out. We are without Josef Martinez, but Ruben Neves is playing this time. His centre-mid partner Renato Sanchez has picked up an early booking, and inside the first half an hour, Diogo Jota has scored and given us the lead. However, Hernandez has equalised, but then Munir, fresh off the back of signing from Barca on a pre-contract, has given us the lead back just after half-time. 20 minutes only of this game to go, and we are leading 2-1. No subs yet. Can we hold on the final 5 minutes? Yes, we can. We win our first piece of silverware of the season by beating Augsburg in the final of the pre-season tournament, and that is yet more money to go ahead into the transfer kitty. Overall, about £6.8 million earned from that. As you can see, the transfer budget now, after signing Maguire but winning the pre-season tournament, is pretty healthy. £99 million and 218k in wages. Also, very interesting bid here for Bright Enabakare. He's kind of on the fringes, really. Crystal Palace have actually decided they want to try and loan him in, and I'm happy to do that, to be honest with you. He's not going to get the game time. Now, here's a very interesting one. We've actually got a bid from AS Monaco for João Moutinho. Now, I'm not going to lie, I've seen a lot of comments saying just get rid of João Moutinho. I find it quite hard to say, yes, let's just get rid of him, because he was actually really good last season. He got loads of goals last year. He has the most assists out of anyone in this series so far, so I do find it kind of hard to just be like, yeah, get out of here. It is a decent enough offer, and it's also from a side that he actually used to play for, which I find quite interesting. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we'll counter it, and we'll say start the offer at 15.5 and don't go any lower than £13 million. I'd be happy to take that for Moutinho. Here you can see on the second attempt, we have managed to get Johnny Otto to agree to a contract. And as you can see, having already brought in Harry Maguire, Johnny Otto is now going to technically become our second signing of this transfer window. However, obviously, he was a Wolves player last year. This is just basically making a loan deal permanent. He will be joining the squad, and he'll again become our first choice left back after a really successful loan spell last year. For those wondering about the other players who were on loan last year, the likes of Raul Jimenez and, of course, also Leander Dendoncker, I will not be signing them. Jimenez only scored 1 goal in all the games he played. I don't want to bring him in, really. He's not great on this game. And also, Leander Dendoncker was the reason we were probably so bad in defense last year. You may remember, according to the player of the episode tally, that we need to loan glitch Martinez and Neves. We're going to go ahead and do that now. So as you can see, we have actually been able to successfully potential boost Joseph Martinez. However, it's only come up with 1%. I think it's actually equates to more than that. His value was £27.5 million before. Now it's 28. That's more than 1% anyway, to be honest with you. But regardless of that, it does mean I hope that his potential has gone up by at least +1. As you can see, also, we've got a email that Enabakare has decided to go out on loan to Crystal Palace, which is nice. And also that Monaco decided João Moutinho was not worth our asking price. They have decided, therefore, to pull out of negotiations. So, bit of news on a sale. Rafa Mir is like a backup striker from Spain. He was out on loan last year. We've got plenty of strikers. We don't need him, so we decided to sell him. He's gone over to Turkey for 4.25 mil, and we get 3.4 of that. Now, though, it is time to go big or go home, because we are about to make our biggest signing of this entire series. I say about, it's not going to happen this episode. I'm going to give you guys the option to make our biggest signing of this series. You're going to be able to choose between what attacking midfielder you would like me to sign. First of all, we're meeting up with Sporting to discuss Bruno Fernandes. The Portuguese attacking mid is 86 rated at this point in career mode. He would blow the rest of the team out of the water in terms of our highest rated player. He's been in the comment section so much, like literally so much. £47 million is his current valuation. The small problem with him is, if we sign him, we might struggle to bring in a second centre-back, and we do definitely need to bring in a second centre-back. That is, of course, unless we sell someone on. They would like 81.3 mil plus a sell-on clause. That is a lot of money. That will be so much more than our current transfer record, which, of course, is for Joseph Martinez. So we've counted for £68.5 million. They are sticking to their price tag, okay? So they were sticking to their price tag last time. We're now going to counter and go for £73.5 million, and they are willing to accept that. However, that will not leave us that much left for another centre-back in this window. Next up, we're going for a midfield maestro. It is Hakim Ziyech, one of the best passers in career mode at this point. The Moroccan playing for Ajax is our next transfer target. Ajax want 45.4. I'm willing to accept that straight off the bat. 84 overall, 45.5 mil is pretty much nothing. That would leave us with 42.3 mil as well left over to bring in a centre-back. So we're going to go ahead and accept that one. That's a another bid accepted. Next up, this is going to split some opinions. We're meeting up with Diego Simeone again, this time for a player who can play as an attacking mid, but is traditionally a left winger. This is the Frenchman, Thomas Lemar. Now, yes, I know, this is definitely going to split some opinion. I realise he may not win the vote, and that's fine. If you guys think it's an unrealistic signing, say that in the poll. Like, don't, you know, it's absolutely calm. I'm just putting things out there. He's also a player that a lot of people sign, so I understand if that's another reason that you might not want me to sign him. That is absolutely calm, but I'm going to go in and make a bid for him. Atletico would like £79.8 million. That is absolutely not going to happen. We're going to counter. They've countered the same thing. We're going to step it up to 70 mil, but that is as high as I'm going to go for Thomas Lemar. So Atletico are going to take some time to mull over that bid, which is fair enough. They want a little bit of a chance to just think over whether he's worth £70 million. That is currently on the table, I suppose. So they'll still be in the poll. It might just be a little bit subject to financial availability. And then the final player we're going to look at is yet another Portuguese attacking mid. This is the cheaper option. Bruma from RB Leipzig is 81 rated and 24 years of age, can grow to about 83 or 84. So he's still a very solid option, but it'll cost us a lot less, and it'll mean we can do more in this transfer window. However, he just simply isn't as good as Bruno Fernandes, so you've got to weigh this one up, guys. RB Leipzig would want 29.2 for the services of Bruma. We'll counter that. As you can see, we've countered the 29.2 that RB Leipzig want. We're going to go ahead and offer £27 million, and the German outfit are happy to accept that one. So that's now 4 deals on the table for Bruma, Bruno Fernandes, Thomas Lemar, and also for Hakim Ziyech. And this now is where you guys come in. You can now decide which of these central midfielders we bring into the side. Who will be our new number 10 to replace the aging João Moutinho in the side? Will it be Hakim Ziyech, the Moroccan from Ajax, 26 years of age, 84 rated, and can grow a couple more? Bruno Fernandes, 86 rated already from Sporting, but his signing would mean that we'd be struggling for cash for any other positions in this window. Bruma is obviously the cheaper option, however, he is the worst out of the lot overall wise. And then finally, Thomas Lemar, we might not even be able to sign him because of financial capabilities, and he might be the most unrealistic signing of the lot. However, he may also be the most exciting signing out of all of them. So as you can see in the top right of the screen, there will be a poll to decide which of these guys we should sign. Hakim Ziyech, Bruno Fernandes, Bruma, or Thomas Lemar. The choice is down to you. And that is where we're going to wrap up today's episode. I do apologise there was no gameplay in this one, but we've just come off the back of a very hectic final episode. We've got a lot of transfer activity done in this one as well. 2 new signings and 1 certainly set up for next episode, so I hope you guys are okay with that. Next time we'll be playing at least 2 games against Arsenal and Burnley in the league. We'll be signing a brand new number 10, and we'll be also looking to bring in another centre-back, hopefully, if we have the funds to do so. I hope you all enjoyed this episode though, and if you did, slap a like on it. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video, and it massively helps me out. The support recently has been actually mental. Thank you so much for 80,000 subscribers. This is the first video I've recorded since we hit that, so massive shouts to you guys. The support has been mental. And if any of you new guys want to follow me on social media, you can do now. My Twitter and Insta are at @theofficialfng, and links are down below. But it's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
I've been smoking and drinking. Say the weed and the voice got me thinking skeptical. Boy, you better know when I'm under the influence. If I say shit, then I meant it all. Had a flashback when I used to kick ball, and the coach told me I weren't technical. Man, I lost all the air in my lungs, and it's like man took a low blow to the testicles. Now you see the spare time, I invest it all to the music. Dug deep, now I'm seeing improvements. Spill force on the ink on the page, and it feels therapeutic. Yeah.